Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pickdawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. If you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily Bank Shot best bet in college hoops, you can find those at the premium picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Wednesday in college hoops. First up, we've got Minnesota and Purdue. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern on the Big Ten Network. Now, Minnesota's coming off a big-time upset win over a Big Ten rival in Indiana, and Indiana was undefeated going into that game. Minnesota was around a 10-point underdog at home. They win that game outright by 9 points, and now, this is a pretty clear letdown spot for the Gophers. Over the years, they've been a very capable team when they're playing at home in conference play. They've pulled off some nice upsets, even in their tough seasons in the Big Ten, but on the road it's been a different story, and they've only played one true road game so far this year. That was against Missouri, and that was a pretty ugly one, 83-60, the final score in favor of the Tigers. You're facing a Purdue team that is coming off an ugly loss itself, where it was one of their worst home performances in recent memory, and now they're in a really good bounce-back spot against an inferior opponent in a conference game. Purdue's still one of the best teams in the country, one of the most potent offenses in the nation as well. I think it's a really bad spot for Minnesota. So while I think the Gophers are a little bit better than their record, I don't think it's good enough here in the true road game. I'm going to lay the points with Purdue in this one. Next up, we've got New Mexico and VCU. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Pretty good matchup between two strong mid-major programs. New Mexico's on a 4-game win streak, which included wins over Santa Clara and Mississippi State. That Santa Clara win was a 17-point blowout, so the Lobos are in great form. VCU, back-to-back victories, one over Virginia Tech, the other one a blowout win over Samford. So both teams in great form. I think this is going to be a competitive game. I think VCU is just too big of a favorite in this matchup. Defensively, I think the Lobos match up well. They force turnovers, they force tough shots. The offense, consistently for 40 minutes in a true road game, may be tough to find, but I think they'll be able to make enough tough shots in this matchup to keep the game close. They're a pretty good two-point shooting team. They do a good job at taking care of the ball. They get to the free throw line. They're a good free throw shooting team, and VCU's aggressive defense does take quite a few fouls, so I think that benefits the Lobos in the end. I'm going to take the points here with New Mexico. Should be a good matchup. Next up, we've got Arkansas Pine Bluff taking on Tulsa. This one is 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. Now, Pine Bluff's been very kind to us. We took them as a premium selection on last Wednesday up against Illinois Chicago, and they won that game outright as a 16.5-point dog. We then took them against DePaul plus the points last Saturday, and they only lost that game by 4 points. They were getting like 20-plus points. It was a very competitive game for the Golden Lions. Unfortunately, I am going to fade the Golden Lions in this matchup, as I just think it's a bad spot. We know that Pine Bluff's been on the road all season. All true road games for this team so far. Only a couple days in between that last game, a close game against DePaul, and this one against a Tulsa team. It's already, great record, 8-1, top 100 KenPom team, but I think could be even better than their current rating. This is a, really balanced team. They're strong defensively, but the offense is really the surprise for me. We haven't seen a lot of great offensive teams from Tulsa in recent years. This year's team is a great shooting team, especially from the perimeter. They're taking care of the ball. This is a sustainable offense, I think, for the entire season. I think it's one of the best American Conference teams this year, and I think they earn a blowout win in this game. I think the style of play that they have, the fact that they should be able to win both the rebounding and turnover battles in a big way, get to the line quite a bit, and they're also a top 20 free throw shooting team. I just think a lot of things, and we saw Pine Bluff in their last game against DePaul, even though they covered for us, gave up 41 free throws. They took 28 team fouls in that game. If you do that against Tulsa, the 21st best free throw shooting team, you're going to be in trouble. So I got to roll with Tulsa in this one. I'm going to lay the points. Next up, we've got Wisconsin and Nebraska. This should be a great game in the Big Ten. This one's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern on that Big Ten network after the Purdue and Minnesota game. Nebraska's undefeated this season, 9-0. They won their postseason tournament last year as well, winning 4 straight games. So they're on a 13-game win streak from last year. And this is a really experienced team. They're 22nd ranked in D1 experience. They returned about 30% of their team, which is pretty good for a Big Ten team. It's not, one of the highly touted Big Ten teams. They're not necessarily a basketball school, so still pretty impressive they were able to return that much production, add in some really nice D1 transfers, and they're playing great basketball. Now, you can point to the fact that they haven't played a very tough schedule. They played a lot of home games, but did have a neutral site set of games against Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Kansas State. Swept those games and looked really, strong offensively in those matchups. And I think the defense is even underrated as well. Nebraska's forcing tough shots. They're disciplined. They don't take a lot of fouls, which is really good against Wisconsin, because Wisconsin, we know over the years, has been one of the best free throw shooting programs in the country. They're 10th best right now. So if Nebraska can keep Wisconsin off the line, that'll definitely help out the defense quite a bit. I like this Wisconsin team overall, but when we've seen this team go on the road, they have really struggled. They played a semi-road game against BYU, a 28-point loss. They played a neutral site game against TCU, a double-digit loss in that one. Their only win away from home this season was against Providence, which not a great Providence team in my opinion. And this is the first true road game of the season for Wisconsin in a really tough building. Nebraska's got a great home court advantage. So I'm going to roll with the Cornhuskers in this one. I just think that at this cheap of a price, I'm willing to take Nebraska. Next up, we've got Duquesne and Boise State. This one is 9 p.m. Eastern. Boise State, they're coming off a big-time upset win over Butler. And while you could certainly point to the fact that this could be considered a letdown spot after a big win on the road like that, we've also got to remember the context for Boise State. This is a team that's looking to make up a lot of ground from its miserable loss at the beginning of the season to Hawaii Pacific. It's got to make up that ground for their resume. They've got a big game on deck against St. Mary's, but this is also an important game against a solid mid-major team. It's a top 150 KenPom team in Duquesne. I think Boise State matches up really well in this game. I think that they're also underrated right now because of that miserable loss and the fact they're just 6-3 on the season. I think they're flying under the radar. I still think this is one of the better teams in the Mountain West. And I think they, like I said, they match up well against Duquesne. This is a Duquesne team that has only played one true road game. It was a double-digit loss. They turn the ball over a ton. They're a great shooting team, but Boise State forces a lot of tough shots. They're a great defensive rebounding team. They should be able to hold the Dukes to one shot per trip. I think this Duquesne offense struggles in this game. I look for Boise State to walk away with the win, really a blowout win and cover. I'm going to lay the points with the Broncos in this one. And that's it. Those are the games for Wednesday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, including that college basketball season pass, right now we are #1 at Pickdawgz in college basketball going into Tuesday night's games. You can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also that link in the description. As always, Romanelli, good luck.